Yes, kicking us off with a bit of science news. A woman's type 1 diabetes has, in a sense, been reversed. Obviously, with type 1 diabetes, you need insulin to monitor the sugar levels and things like that. There's been a minimally invasive surgery used on her, and it's one of those ones that hasn't really been done a lot, but it's worked out really well with stem cells, in which her body has started to be able to produce her own insulin.
Right.
Which she wouldn't be able to do usually. So it's been 2.5 months later and her body is still producing insulin, in which she would need as an injectable usually.
And so does she still have to take medicine, though, to keep producing the insulin?
At the moment she doesn't, which is really weird. So this is
That's
a groundbreaking thing that they're trying with stem cells. So hopefully they can do it to other people and maintain its success rate, because she's, I guess, counteracting what type 1 diabetes is.
Yeah, even furthering that research into different kinds of diseases.
Yeah, exactly right.
Absolutely.
In other news, the Crumble cookie brand, it is a huge cookie brand in the US. It is a dessert cookie thing. A pop-up store in Sydney has tried to replicate it, right?
Okay.
And they're facing a bunch of legal action because what they've done is import the Crumble cookies in from the US.
Wait.
And then sell it off here in Australia.
Their cookies. Are they a part of the business?
They're not a part of the business. Imagine me and you just one day thought, hey, let's set up a little tent, import a product from America and knock it off as our own, inflate the price, by the way, to $17 a cookie when it's usually $7.
Okay, $17 a cookie is insane. That's unreal. That's unheard of. Also, flying in cookies from America to Australia. These cookies can't be any good.
You guessed it. They're stale. So they're $17 for stale cookies, and they're using their logos. So a bunch of legal action is being thrown their way. They're going to get the justice of the cookie system.
I actually don't know what goes through some people's heads. There's no such thing as too much security these days. A lot of people have cameras for their homes. Cars can be tracked. People even put Apple AirTags on personal belongings so they can track it for themselves. So in an age with so much security for personal belongings, it's no wonder popular pizza chain Domino's is taking its security very seriously.
Hey, I mean, people take pizza seriously, so I can see why there is that connection. People don't want their pizza stolen, especially when it's of the good quality like the friends at Domino's.
Yes, so Domino's latest invention is called the Slice Security. It's a lockable pizza box just so that people can't steal your pizza. Those pesky housemates, those pesky office rats who are looking in the office fridge seeing whose lunch they can steal. No longer if you have Domino's, because they've got the security, Slice Security.
So how does this work? It's a box that you put your pizza in. Does it have a PIN code system? How do you lock it up?
It's got a digital lock where you'll enter a numerical code to unlock your pizza box. So I think it's like 4 numbers onto the keychain. And then once you put that in, the pizza box will unlock itself. However, if you try and crack the box and try and get in, there is an inbuilt alarm. And I'm going to give a heads up. It sounds like this.
Jeez.
Which is probably triggering a lot of people right now. And exactly why you wouldn't want to risk it. Because that's the worst sounding alarm. I have genuine fright when I hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it. It also sounds like it's going to detonate. Like it's a box. It sounds like what someone from the CIA would bring for lunch to put their pizza in, and it's going to blow up if you put the wrong key in it 3 times. If I can't have the margarita, nobody can, and it just incinerates the entire thing.
But that's why I want to go to the text line here. What food got stolen from you, Adelaide? Could you have used the Slice Security pizza box Domino's are offering now? What food got stolen from you, and where did it get stolen? Was it in the office? Was it on the work site? Did somebody get into your lunchbox?
And I'm sure it's a little bit too late for some people. There would be people out there, the fresh fam, that have experienced the heartache of somebody taking their lunch in the office. They wish they could have this box. What was it? What happened? Who's stealing food from you? I've done it before. I'm a culprit, and, I'm giving myself lashings on the back for this one because it was bad.
What did you do? What, your housemate?
Stole my housemate's last Yogo, one of the M&M Yogos. Prized possession.
So you just got 2 children that live in this house by the sounds of it.
Just eating Fruit Loops, Yogos, and Cocoa Pops is the main ingredients for what we eat in that house. But yeah, the Yogos went pretty quickly.
The fact that I know both of you pretty well, I know that you eating this Yogo would have stirred quite a fight.
It was a huge thing, yeah. I don't like to bring it up, the Yogo incident of 2024 March, but yeah, it was a huge thing that happened in the house.
We're heading to the text line. We want to know what food got stolen from you. Somebody's texted in here saying, feel like I'm the reason delivery food places staple the bag.
God.
I would take a nugget out, sometimes a few chips if the bag was open before I drop it off. My bad, James.
Who's admitting to that?
And he's named himself.
Why are you telling us? So you're the jerk taking everyone's nuggets. That was a pretty crazy moment in history when Uber Eats started stapling the bag, and we thought collectively as a society we can't trust anyone from that point on. This text here, I'm a
I've still got trust issues.
I'm a self-confessed food stealer. I always lurk around people's food in the lunchroom and suss what they're eating 99% of the time. They will ask if I want some. What the hell? Why are people admitting that they're stealing food?
I love how we asked what food got stolen from you. And we've got all the food thieves coming out of the woodworks here. We've got your numbers, by the way. I hope you know that. Another text here. Wish you guys talked about this sooner. Literally had 2 slices of my leftover pizza stolen from the work fridge yesterday, leaving me only 1 slice. Still no one has come forward.
Well, I'm sure, judging by the text line here, someone will admit they're wrong soon. It seems like they love telling the crime.
Sounds like we got a good strike rate, doesn't it?
Exactly. And I love this one here. Our office has a rule, no name anyone's game. All good until someone took the boss's chicken drumsticks. They weren't invited to many things after that, lol.
Well, the boss has to name it, right? If that's the office rule.
Yeah, it's the office rule, right? You know, the boss isn't immune.
Yeah. Another text here just coming through. I had my chicken salad sandwich stolen at work in the Target lunchroom.
God!
I found the male worker eating it outside. I didn't say anything and
what
let
would
him
you
have
do?
it.
What would you do if you caught someone mid snack on your food?
Yeah, I don't know. Would you say something?
What are you doing?
I feel like I would.
I feel like I'd say, do you... You know that's my sandwich, right? There'd be some sort of discussion.
It'd be really awkward if they also had a chicken salad sandwich on the same day and they've just looks like they've incriminated themselves.
Yeah, but you just accused them.
Hey, we've got Bo who's filling in for our workday calling up right now. Bo, mate, have you had a food stolen from you?
Oh, not me, but I witnessed a food swipe that was pretty hysterical.
Yeah, what happened?
I was at SeaWorld with a friend. We were sitting down watching the water show, and she's snacking into a pie. Right, there's like 6 of us, mind you, and we're all eating food, right? And one of the girls, she's hooking into a pie. She's had 2 bites this 4 and 20. Down comes a seagull. The pie is snatched from the hand.
Whoa!
Pops a wing to the face. And
whoa! Seagull stole the pie
and slapped her on the way through.
Bit of a drive-by.
Oh, literally. So now poor old Laura has a massive fear of seagulls and pies.
And pies.
Yeah, you wouldn't eat a pie again the same. Forget pies on the beach. It's out the window.
Let's head over to Plimpton. Xander, can you wrap things up for us, mate? Did a food get stolen from you?
Oh, you know how it goes, boys. Office fridge situation. Someone kept nicking me A1 milk, so I added some liquid laxatives because, you know what, I felt like I wasn't too regular that day, if you know what I mean.
Whoa, you put liquid laxatives in the milk someone was trying to steal from you.
Oh, yeah, and let's just say the culprit set a new record for the 5K run that night at Army Reserve training, mate.
Oh, my God. In the Army Reserves.
God, don't steal Xander's milk, he'll poison you. Somebody texted through before saying, I keep all my dry goods under my bed because my housemates will steal anything. Spices, tuna, canned soup, tomato sauce, you name it. You sound like a doomsday prepper.
For some reason, I think the stealing spices is really funny.
I mean, surely you just have communal spices, right? They're my chili flakes.
Yeah, that's something you can live with sharing, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
This one here, a co-worker stole my spicy food, got sick and is blaming me. I was warned when I started at this workplace, people love to steal food, but my boss genuinely called me into a meeting to ask if I tried to poison him because my food's so spicy. serves him right for taking my lunch.
How could you be on the person's side that's stealing lunches? Surely that's the whole issue here.
That's a crazy one. And how spicy is it that it's putting someone out of commission?
Yeah.
Vindaloo times 100 in the office there. Don't touch it.
Carolina Reaper been put in. Hey, another text coming through here. My mum fired my cleaner because it turns out she was eating my curly whirly each week. I was a pretty chonky kid, so this would literally ruin my week, and I would throw such a tantrum. My mum had to go to drastic measures and let the cleaner go.
Over at Curly Whirly, imagine that on your reference. Why'd you get fired? I was stealing chocolate from a child. Taking candy from a baby, literally.
It's not as easy as it looks. Hey, let's go to Plimpton. We got Julia on the line. G'day, Julia. What food got stolen from you?
Well, it wasn't actually me, but it was a friend of mine, an ex-work colleague. She had a whole can of Coke stolen from under her desk.
Whoa, okay.
Sorry, a whole box. Sorry,
a
whole
box.
Of cans
Right,
of Coke.
so
Sorry, not a whole can. A whole box of
one
them.
of those
Sorry.
big cartons of Coke. And so they got to the bottom of who was stealing it. How'd they find that out?
I don't actually know who it was, but it turned out to be the cleaners.
The cleaners.
Hey, what a twist. Agatha Christie and the missing Coke cans. I wouldn't have suspected the cleaners.
No, you can't be trusting these cleaners, apparently. A few of them stealing food on the text line.
We got Brenton in Sturt. Tell us, Brenton, what happened? Did you steal the food? Did someone take it from you?
No, I was pretty hungry late at night, and I ordered Uber Eats, which I don't do very often.
Yep.
And I got a big back meal and opened the bag, and the chips looked a little bit light on, and I thought, they've probably just fallen out to the the bottom of the bag. So I pulled the burger out, opened it up, all excited to eat, and there was no beef patties in my Big Mac. So
no beef patties.
I'm suspecting. No, I reckon they've made a chip sandwich out of my beef patties.
That's crazy. It seems like a wild one to just take the meat. I mean, what driver is doing that?
I thought it was strange. I've never had that happen to me before, but yeah, look, I'm sure stranger things happen.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, geez, you'd be gutted. You'd be so gutted if your patties were out of the Big Mac.
And what driver is rolling around with greasy patty fingers trying to get to the next delivery?
Yeah, literally. Hey, Para Hills, we got Jared on the line. Jared, what food got stolen from you?
Yeah, g'day. So one time I bought a party pizza.
Yep.
And I can't remember if I shared it this time with my old housemate, but I usually share, like, if I cooked up a dinner or, like, got, takeout, I'd always share it with him. And one morning I went to leave for work, and I thought, I'll stack on a few pieces of pizza I had left over.
Yeah, nice.
Nope, they weren't there. My housemate went into the car and took the last two pieces of pizza.
And you're joking.
Also kept a 10-pack of Red Bull in the boot, and I noticed a handful of them were missing, and I found empty cans in the shed. Didn't even drink Red Bull.
Well, they went for a big clean out, a huge swipe on the car.
Jared, who's stealing the end of the pizza? I mean, if you take one slice, that's more understandable, but he's ate the whole lot.
Yeah, it was a party pizza, and it was two of the center pizzas. Pieces.
Oh
so
God.
It wasn't even a little bit.
Jared, you don't live with him now, do you?
No.
Nah, good stuff.
You'd have to feel pretty low on yourself to take the last bits of pizza.
Yeah.
We got this one here. Paul in Wyler, tell us what happened. Who took the food?
And basically, this guy walked into OTR. A friend of mine was eating her lunch. She worked there. She had crackers and dip. So no one came to the counter to serve. So she went around and served this guy. He paid for his bill, and as he walked out, he basically picked up her crackers and started putting it in her dip and eating it.
What? In her dip and eating it?
Yep.
Why?
He goes to OTR and eats someone else's food.
Do you have an explanation? What was the motive there?
Maybe he's just an old person. I don't know.
I'm really lost for words, but that's perplexed me.
It's making me realise how weird people actually are when it comes to food.
Got to have a chat about my parents at the moment and their magpie friend, Murray the Magpie. Of course, Monday morning we had Dr. Groiner Cleary come on the show, and she's a magpie expert. She was giving us all the facts and how to stay safe during the magpie mating season, which is on right now. Of course, there's been so many swoops and injuries. This year alone, there's been 2,539 recorded swoops. 340 recorded injuries, with one injury happening today and 7 swoops already today. It's only 9:47.
I do love that we have access to these stats. It does feel like a superpower to see where the magpies are and where they're attacking.
But I asked Dr. Cleary a question, and it was about my parents feeding this magpie some shortbread. And I said, is this okay? Should they not be feeding it because it's swooping them at the moment, even though the bird's getting fed? She had this to say.
Get your mum and dad, tell them not to feed the magpie all the time, just sometimes, and try shortbread really isn't great.
What?
Mealworms.
Who's got worms on tap? There's something very panicky about Dr. Cleary's voice that really makes you focus on the magpie situation at hand.
Yeah. So I went home after Monday. I was joking around with mum and dad. I'm like, you have to get some worms, feed the bird worms. To which I get the response, we've been catching insects for Murray the Magpie. I'm like, what do you mean catching insects? They've been catching spiders and cockroaches and all sorts in the backyard to feed to this bird. And then just last night, Dad's walking out onto the road. He's just checking to see if he can move his car back a little bit. Next thing, bam, he's been swooped. Get this.
Murray's swooped him.
I can hear him outside being like, oh. And then he comes inside. And then I hear Mum go, give him some worms.
What? Like it's a hostage situation? Like you have to fend over some worms to him so he doesn't attack you anymore?
Yeah, so Dad's gone and got the worms. He's gone outside. He's fed the magpie. Then he comes inside. He's talking to me. And he's like, I just got swooped again from Murray. I'm like, well, maybe you should leave the bird alone. Maybe just let him do his own thing. He's swooped you twice now in the span of a week. And Dad says, nah, it's not a vindictive swoop. It's like a playful swoop. He's having fun with me. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's like having an extra child,
What?
He's just having fun. It's
like an extra child. Sorry, Tom, your brother's playing up. I don't know where he gets it from.
Go out there and get swooped by your brother. No.
Getting banned from a TV show would have to be one of the highest forms of punishment as a kid, right? I mean, going to school, everyone's talking about what happened on the episode the night before, and then you can't contribute. You have to pretend, and you're like, no, it was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of glide your way through that one.
Are we talking like banning, like you've had a naughty night and you've gotten the time out, you haven't been able to watch it, or banning like your parents aren't letting you watch these shows?
As in your parents would just not let you watch these TV shows, and I feel like if we wind back the clock, when we were kids, I feel like the heavy hitters that you'd hear about other kids getting banned from certain TV shows would be your Simpsons. If there was a kid that was banned from The Simpsons at school, I always thought they were a freak. I was like, how do you get banned from The Simpsons?
A lot of people weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons.
Back in the day, before, like, where people that are older than us, I remember in the 90s, it was a bit more controversial. I think by the time we were kids, it was a bit more considered kids orientated, right? But it used to be very controversial. I do agree back in the day. Other ones, South Park.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of kids banned from that. It's
pretty out there.
Very crude. Crude.
And you had Family Guy as well.
Yeah.
So big ones.
Again, very crude, very understandable. Simpsons probably the one that like does shock you the most because it is like that more kid-centered, friendly PG, where the others are MMA rated.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a lot of kids being banned from The Simpsons, but one that shocked me the most, and the reason why I'm bringing it to the airwaves now, is our boss, Sophie. She got banned from a TV show that I thought was insane. I mean, it's more kid-orientated than The Simpsons, yet she wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid. And we got Sophie in the studio to tell us, what was the show you got banned from?
Right, so we've only realised this because you guys make references to it all the time, so I feel like I'm left out. But I was allowed to watch Family Guy, allowed to watch Simpsons, wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob SquarePants.
Good one, Patrick.
Okay. So what was the go? Why when you... So you're saying, all the other crude shows, you got your Family Guys, your South Parks. What happened with SpongeBob? Why weren't you allowed to watch SpongeBob?
Well, Dad just was like, I cannot hear this. This show is way too annoying. I hate the theme song more than anything.
It wasn't an inappropriateness.
No.
It was he just hates the guy.
Yep, and now I get it. Listening to that, I'm glad I wasn't allowed to watch it, but I feel very left out all the time when you guys talk about it.
Good one, Patrick.
Nah, SpongeBob's great.
No, don't play that again, please.
We want to go to the text line here, Callum. What TV show were you banned from?
I mean, if my dad had his ways similar to the SpongeBob, I'm sure he would have banned Adam Sandler in the house too, because he just hates the guy.
Yes.
Thinks he's so annoying. But other than that, I wasn't really banned from much.
Yeah, or on the other end of the spectrum, if you're a parent right now, what TV show are you banning your kids from?
And why are you banning them? Is it inappropriate? Are they just plain annoying and you don't want it in the house? What's the go?
Plenty of texts coming through. Somebody texted through saying, look up Happy Tree Friends, lads.
Yep, seen it. Really gruesome.
Yeah.
You think it's a kid's thing? Absolutely not. So
circa back 2012, watching that in class.
100%. We got this text here. I ban my children from watching Itchy and Scratchy on The Simpsons. See, that seems like a weird one as well because they're just obviously little shorts of what
20-second clips.
Yeah, what Bart and Lisa watch on The Simpsons. So you just stopping your kids from watching those 20-second little grabs?
They also said they banned Peppa Pig, which, fun fact about Peppa Pig, did you know it got banned in Australia?
Right.
Because they had one episode that was basically Peppa Pig becoming friends with a spider and then showing that spiders aren't harmful and stuff. And Australia's like, no, they are.
Let the kids know they're terrifying.
Kids this.
Yeah.
Fair enough on that one.
This same text as well, they've said Itchy and Scratchy, Peppa Pig, then they've said Teletubbies, High Five, The Hoobs, and Peter Rabbit movies, Trolls as well. This parent is on a rampage. Is that kid allowed anything?
Child lock would be off the rails on that house. Hey, another text here from Megan. I let my kids have all the Dora the Explorer toys, but put in a solid effort to never have it on in the house. It's so annoying.
Imagine having the Dora Explorer toy but not knowing where it's come from. Who is this little girl that I'm playing with as a toy, but you don't know what show it comes from?
Your daughter just keeps breaking the third wall.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who is she talking to?
I love this one here. My friend has banned the Wiggles in her house, so his daughter watches it at the house with my kids. Okay, so doing the sneaky parent thing.
What do they ban reading in your house too?
These get lost. Go on, next text. It was a poorly written text.
Oh, don't blame our precious listeners. Got another text here. Jackass. I was a pretty rowdy kid. Think they were worried I'd try and pull off a stunt. Glad I watched it when I grew some common sense.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of needs to be watched when you develop the frontal lobe, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing anything with shopping carts.
No, otherwise you won't be developing the frontal lobe.
Adelaide, let's wind back the clock. The new quiz with a bit of a spin. It's Wheelie Windback Wednesday with Tom and Callum on Fresh 92.7.
Jeez, we are riding on a budget on this one. I just turned and had a look at the wheel.
Holy moly, I haven't even looked at it myself. What is going on?
We are no longer using tape or, plastic little bits to say what years it's split up in. It is literally just someone's written on Sharpie on the wheel, graffiti tagged it, defaced it, whatever you want to say. This is awful.
Hang on a minute. We've got Steph in, who's been our wheel spinner. Steph, you've been off the last couple of weeks. This is your first week back as our wheel spinner. What have you done to our wheel?
Well, we're working to a strict time limit, all right? I had to construct it, and it obviously spins a lot, so I just grabbed the closest pen and wrote it on there.
Jesus, wheel's been through a lot. This is anarchy. Look at her.
It looks tacky.
They can't even read the writing.
This is community radio at its finest right here.
Is this you, Steph? This This is, you haven't spun the wheel in a little bit. You thought, if I can't have it, no one can. I'm just going to scribble all over it.
No, this is the inner workings of my brain. It's an artwork, if I do say so myself. But look at this blue tack, just...
Steph, it's lipstick on a pig. It is not art, all right? let's call it what it is.
Let's just spin it. I don't even want to see. I don't want even to look at it anymore.
The way this game works, it will spin you through the decades from the 90s all the way up to the 2020s. Whatever decade you land on, you will have to answer 3 questions from. If you get all 3 correct, Callum, you can win a double pass to go watch the 36ers play SEM Phoenix tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
How good is that? Get to watch a little bit of basketball tomorrow night. Pretty awesome just for answering 3 pretty basic questions on pop culture. Should we give it a little bit of a spin, see how we go?
Let's give 1 question away. Steph, spin that wheel. All right, just give it a hefty spin for us.
Oh! Can barely see it. It's 2000s.
We're in the 2000s. I'll throw one your way, Tom. Which popular sci-fi show returns showcasing an alien who's the last of his kind, traveling through time and space to save people? Few key words there.
I'm going to say Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who.
There you go, Adelaide. 1 question in the 2000s already answered for you. It's up to you now. Give us a buzz. This morning, we're going to go to Clovelly Park. We got Ryan on the line. G'day, Ryan. How you going, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, boys. How are you?
Very good. Now, Ryan, big basketball fan, or you never been before? What's happening?
Oh, I've been a couple of times, yeah.
Good stuff.
Beauty. Well, Ryan, what decade are you hoping to land on from the 90s up to the 2020s?
Oh, whatever, really. I'd go 90s.
90s?
I like the smooth bravado.
Nonchalant.
Doesn't really care, All right, we'll see how you go.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Steph,
spin that wheel. It's going.
Oh, we got the 2000s again.
The 2000s again. All right.
So, Ryan, a question from the 2000s has already been answered for you by Tom in the previous round. So all you have to do is get 2 more right.
All right, let's do this.
All right. First question, Ryan. What famous golfer became the first man to hold the game's 4 major championship titles at once?
Oh, it's got to be Tiger Woods there.
He's got it.
He's done it.
I feel like Tiger Woods is the safe answer. I just would have said Tiger too. It's one of the only golfers I know.
Yeah, same, mate, same.
All right, let's go with the next question. If you get this correct, Ryan, you do win the basketball tickets. A lot of pressure. A popular show finished with its series finale being the most viewed show of the entire 2000s, with a staggering 52.5 million views. What was the show? Huge 2000s sitcom.
Friends.
He's done it! Ryan!
Yeah.
Basketball tickets, all yours.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Ryan. Thanks for playing along. Jeez, how good's that? 1 round.
I don't think we've seen a sharpshooter like Ryan in a few weeks. He killed it.
It's been a while.